Blake Treinen now available. First question's from Alana Rizzo. Go ahead, Alana.
Blake, good afternoon. Welcome back into town. Your thought now that the calendar switches to September, any sort of different micro focus that you guys may have in the final, whatever it is, 32 games of the season or whatever it is? Not even.
I don't know. I really haven't had a chance to think about it, but off the top of my head, I think about a teammate that's gone. It's kind of bittersweet, You wish him the best of luck, and I've only been here for heck a few months, but the impact he had on me, I think he's very good at just bringing a good energy and a positive reinforcement to all of his teammates every day. So seeing him and waking up to the news that he's not here, that's tough. But he's going to have a great opportunity in Toronto, and we wish him the best of luck. I'm sure the guys here have a lot more strings attached to that friendship than I did, but we're just going to miss him. Secondly, you look at a team in our division that added actually a couple teams really that have added some pieces, and down the stretch we played them a few times. So I think just continue to put our heads down and do what we do best, focus on our own individual pieces that make us a great team, and at the end of the day, just see where the chips lie, because this team's really dang good. And I know the Rockies and Padres added some pieces that make them a lot better as well, but it just goes to show that we're a good enough team that they're adding pieces to try to run us down, and I'll take our chances any day.
Yeah, you guys have a string coming up of 9 games against your own division, and the Diamondbacks and Rockies are in there as well. So do you look at this as an opportunity to continue just to increase that lead that you have in the NL West? I mean, I know 8 teams get in on each side this year, but really to cement where your position is in your own division?
Yeah, I mean, if we just focus on each game at a time, you win that game, you win the next game, just approach it as like you're 0-0 every day and trying to win the next one. The fact that we're playing them will help separate the gap. And, I think it's something you can't really look too far in advance. I know it sounds cliche, but, those are 2 good teams that have plenty of games left to do anything that they feasibly can. The Padres play us 3 times, and then we play the Rockies maybe 6 or 7 times more. So, anything can happen. So I think we just focus on putting our heads down and accomplishing the goal each day at a time.
Have you had an opportunity, Blake, to speak to Ross at all, or just kind of share with him the sentiments that you just shared with us?
I think being part of a trade process twice myself, and once, going from a World Series optimistic team in DC to a team that was in a rebuild. And, he's fortunate enough to go to a team that's contending for a playoff spot. And I don't really know where they sit playoff-wise, but I know they certainly have a chance to be there because they're very talented. It is a little weird, especially when this is the team he came up with. So I did reach out. I felt like the Lord put it on my heart to reach out to him and just let him know what kind of impact he had on me, and I'm sure the rest of the team, because he's a very infectious guy. So I know the Dodger guys here, we're all going to probably miss him, and not even probably, it is. They're going to miss him, and but we have to move forward, and I know he's going to make the most of his opportunity where he's at.
You're a veteran in this game, and this is the only place Ross has ever known. But you said he really had a profound impact on you. What type of impact did he have on you? You mentioned he's infectious and just a great personality, but what else will he leave with you?
Well, I think something that I struggle with is I allow myself a day in the perfect world to process an outing that maybe I'm not happy with, or maybe if I'm dealing with something off the field. I mean, you would never know with him if he had 7 scoreless or maybe didn't have a start that he was looking to have. And every day he walked in, and my point of view, just seeing his work ethic, it didn't matter. There was always something he was trying to do to get better, and he's going to be in this game a long time because of that. And, I think myself as I get older, I don't want to call it like, the senior slump effect, but I've seen players I've played with as they get older. You know, myself, I check myself fairly regularly. I'm not perfect, you know, but there's times when you maybe take for granted a warm-up session or, you know, like getting in the weight room when you should be, and you push it back a day, and it's like, no, it's on schedule every single day what he's doing. And then I think just seeing that type of commitment to that nth of a degree, it motivates you. You know, it kind of resets your compass on what's important, and not taking for granted the situation we're in when we're all extremely blessed by God to be here. So I look at where he's going. He's going to have the utmost success, and you know, the way he treated players, I think, is pretty incredible.
Thank you, Blake.
Yep.
Next question from Jorge Castillo. Go ahead.
Hey, Blake, just going back to when you signed with this team and you first talked to us, and you said a big reason why you signed was because they had a plan for you, and you believed in them. And now your ground ball rate is, through the roof. You have a lot of home run. You haven't even a lot of barrel ball in play. Just wondering how that plan has come to fruition, and what's allowed you to have that success so far.
Well, I think first and foremost, I have to tip my cap to just the organization having baby steps. I mean, I don't know how many times I've walked out there and had aha moments, in my throwing program. They're like, well, yeah, we wanted you to get here, but you had to get to this point first, and now you're able to accomplish this goal. So them being able to see the long play when I was just looking for the short play to be healthy. And, I tip my cap to Mark and Connor and Bardo. So secondly, you look at the analytics side of things. Whether we are stubborn or not as players, I have to check myself and realize that this team does an incredible job of game planning. They do an incredible job of putting us in situations to be the most successful we can. And it's not just myself who's had a great year. I look around just the situations where they're putting, Ferguson in and seeing the changes that Kenley's made and that he openly talks about. And then we see, Floro and AK. And there's just so many guys. I mean, Gratterall. There's so many guys that you see continue to go out there and have success. And, yeah, it's stuff plays regardless of a situation. But when you can take stuff and combine a situation, it really does increase your chances for success. And I think that's a tip of the cap to Doc. It's a tip of the cap to Andrew, to the staff members that put the game planning together. Sometimes I just have to sit back and laugh, because I know as a competitor, I'm like, throw me out there in any freaking situation. I just want to go compete. But at the end of the day, we're all having the seasons we're having, A, because of our hard work and commitment to this organization, and B, because of the commitment to the players that the organization has. So, there's a lot to it. Hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah, and you're also doing it, so much today is, guys have huge velocity coming out of the bullpen. Seems like every reliever throws 95, 98 plus. But you're doing it without a huge whiff rate, swing and miss rate, without a huge K rate. Is that just part of the formula? Would you, when you look at your swing and miss rate, your K rate, would you like that to get that up, or is that just part of, hey, these balls are darting down in the zone and these guys are not making good contact?
Well, I think the biggest thing for me is at the end of the day, how do you win ball games? It's like you prevent runs. And so if I look at, am I doing my job when I'm coming in with guys on base and I'm getting a ground ball double play? What's more important, being able to extend another inning when I throw 3 or 4 pitches and get 2 outs on those 3 or 4 pitches? Or is it more important that I strike out 2 guys and waste 10 pitches, and then they have to go to another guy, and then tomorrow maybe I'm not as fresh as I would have been. So strikeouts are great, and I know the game's driven by it. People like the sexy strikeouts, and I would love to have more, but at the end of the day, outs are outs, and I can't be more pleased with the weak contact that I've gotten so far this year. Secondly, I have been really good, I feel like, at getting to 2 strike counts, and some of my strikeout numbers would be higher if I executed better with 2 strikes. I've gotten a lot of weak contact with 2 strikes, which I will take, but if those pitches are executed better, and more so sliders, or if I'm back-footing a sinker better, playing a 4-seamer up. Right now it's just baby steps, in my eyes, like if I'm having the success that the organization and myself were hoping to have right now, and there's still more, I think there's a lot for me to be excited about. I'm very optimistic moving forward when it comes to being able to put hitters away with swing and miss, but that is not the end goal. There's times when you need strikeouts. I feel like I've had a few opportunities where I've been able to go grab those. But at the end of the day, if I can get the weak contact and pitch, 3 out of 4, 3 out of 3, 2 out of 4. I mean, you mix it up. The more I'm on the mound, the better I'm going to be. And I'd like to think that if I'm on the mound, it increases our chances of having success. So, I want to stay fresh, and throwing fewer pitches means that strikeouts, sometimes you waste some pitches and your pitch count goes up. And next thing you know, you're hanging after just 2 days and you got to sit. And I'm like, the strikeout should come if you're ahead 0-2. 1-2. I mean, I'm not going to try to strike somebody out and waste 6 pitches per batter. So swing and miss, it's great for me. I consider weak contact a swing and miss. So,
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Blake.
Is that it? Okay. Thanks.